Hello and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something a little different.
A lot different, I'd say.
Yeah, you're right. We're slowing things way, way down. We are going to dedicate this whole session to, well, a very patient English lesson.
That's right. Our source today is Vocab Set 100, which is all about the language of work, life, and business. And our goal is to treat this like a real masterclass.
Exactly. And to do that, I'm going to be the learner here, asking the questions you might be thinking of. And you are going to be our patient English teacher.
A role I'm happy to take on. The idea here isn't just to, list words. It's to really understand them, to use simple language and be incredibly thorough.
Okay, so let's set the ground rules. We have 30 items on our list. We're not skipping any.
And for each one, we have a checklist, meaning 3 examples, word family, synonyms, prepositions, collocations, and the opposites.
It sounds rigorous, but I think it's exactly what's needed. So let's just jump in. The very first item is a phrasal verb. Take someone on or take something on.
Right. Let's start with the meaning. To take someone on or something on. It pops up a lot in work or when talking about responsibility.
Okay, so it's about employment.
That's the first big meaning, yes. When a company takes someone on, they're hiring them. But, there's a nuance here.
What's that?
Well, why not just say hire? The phrase take on kind of implies you're accepting a new weight, a new burden almost. You're bringing them into your structure.
Ah, I see. So it feels a bit heavier than just hiring someone. And that applies to tasks too.
Exactly. If you take on a new project, you are accepting the weight of that responsibility. It's not just something you'll do, it's something you're now carrying.
That's a great distinction. It really helps clarify it. Okay, can we hear how this works in practice?
Certainly. Let's start with a business context. You might hear the factory decided to take on 50 new workers.
Okay, straightforward enough. And what about for a task, not a person?
You could say something like, I am too busy to take on any more projects right now.
A very useful and polite way to say you're overloaded.
It is. And for a third example, one that shows a bit of character, she is brave enough to take on the difficult client. You can really feel the challenge in that one.
Yeah, you can. It's not just a client, it's a difficult client. So what's the word family here? It's clearly a verb.
It's a verb phrase, and it sits very firmly in the semantic field of business, HR, and, as we said, responsibility. It's an action of adding something.
So if I wanted to use a different word, what are my options? What are the synonyms?
Good question. If you're talking about people, the simple synonyms are to hire or to employ. Employ is just a little more formal.
Right. And for a task?
For a task, you could say to accept, or if you want to sound very official, to undertake.
Undertake. That feels very formal. Now, what about the little words, the prepositions? This is where learners, including me, get tripped up.
A crucial point. The particle here is on. It's non-negotiable. You take on a challenge, just like you'd put a backpack on your back. You take on staff. You don't take in a challenge.
Okay, so that on is locked in. And what words usually go with this phrase? The collocations.
You will hear take on responsibility all the time. That's a classic. Also take on staff, take on a challenge, or even take on a heavy load.
Makes sense. Okay, last piece for this one. The opposite. If I'm not taking someone on, what am I doing?
Well, for staff, the opposite would be to lay off, which is a gentler term, or more directly to fire. For a task, you'd refuse it or decline it.
Perfect. That's item 1. Completely unpacked. Let's just let that settle for a moment. All right, moving on to item number 2. This is a phrase that's almost a cultural icon. 9 to 5.
Yes, the famous 9 to 5. So, grammatically, this can function as an adjective or as a noun. It refers to the standard office hours.
Right, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Historically, yes. But the meaning has really expanded. When we say someone has a 9 to 5, we mean they have a routine, stable, standard job. It doesn't actually matter if the hours are 8 to 4. It's about the lifestyle.
So it's more about the routine, maybe even the monotony of it. It's the opposite of being a freelancer, for example.
Exactly. It can have a slightly negative feeling of being stuck in a routine. Let's look at some examples to see that.
Okay, let's hear them.
Example 1. He is tired of the 9 to 5 routine. There, you really hear the boredom.
Right, the grind.
Then you could have, she wants a creative job, not a regular 9 to 5. In this case, it implies a lack of freedom or creativity.
But it's not always negative, is it?
Not at all. That's the third example. Working 9 to 5 allows you to have free evenings. Here, it's about stability and predictability, which can be a very good thing.
That's a great point. So it's word family. You said compound, adjective, or noun.
That's right. And its semantic field is all about time and work schedules.
What if I wanted to avoid the idiom? What are the synonyms?
You could just say a regular job, an office job, or full-time employment. If you do want that negative feel, you might call it the daily grind.
The daily grind. I like that one. Are there any preposition traps here?
Not really traps, but there's a specific usage. We say someone works a 9 to 5. You wouldn't say I work at 9 to 5. The A makes it a noun.
Got it. And common pairings, collocations.
You'll hear a 9 to 5 job all the time, or the 9 to 5 grind, and the feeling of being stuck in a 9 to 5.
And the opposite. What's the opposite lifestyle?
That would be freelance work, shift work, where you might work nights or jobs with flexible hours or irregular hours.
Very clear. Okay, let's take a quick pause. Next up, item 3. This one feels like it could be either caring or a bit annoying. Check up on somebody.
That is a perfect way to describe it. To check up on somebody means to investigate their behavior. Or, on the kinder side, to verify their well-being. You're just seeing if everything's okay.
Or if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Precisely. The context is everything.
Let's hear some examples that show that difference.
Okay, first, the annoying version. My boss likes to check up on me every hour.
Ugh, micromanagement.
Exactly. Now, the caring version, I need to go home and check up on my sick dog. That's about making sure the dog is safe.
Right.
And finally, a more neutral one from a classroom. The teacher will check up on the students during the exam. That's just monitoring.
Okay, that really clarifies the different feelings it can have. So it's a phrasal verb, and the semantic field would be, what? Supervision.
Supervision and care. It connects the act of watching with the idea of welfare.
And for synonyms?
You could use monitor, investigate, examine, or inspect. For the very gentle, caring meaning, a lovely synonym is look in on.
Oh, look in on. That's nice. I'll look in on my neighbor.
Exactly. And for prepositions, this one's a double header.
Right. Up and on?
Yes, you need both. You check up on someone. If you just say check on someone, that's very similar. But check up on implies a little more investigation or thoroughness.
And collocations. What do we check up on?
We check up on progress. We check up on employees, or at home, we check up on the kids.
And the opposite. If you're not checking up on someone?
The opposite would be to ignore, neglect, or overlook. Or, if you want a positive spin, it would be to trust implicitly. You don't need to check because you trust them.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let that one sink in. All right, item number 4 is an idiom that just sounds busy. Hard at it.
Hard at it. Yes, it means working very energetically, very busily on something, usually right now. If someone is hard at it, they are not taking a break. They are completely focused.
Is it formal or informal?
It's a little informal, but it's totally fine in a business context. It just shows that someone is working diligently.
Let's hear it in a few sentences.
Okay, example 1. They have been hard at it since 6:00. This really emphasizes the duration of the work.
Okay.
Example 2. I saw him in the garden. He is really hard at it. This one emphasizes the intensity of the effort.
And you can use it as encouragement too, right?
Yes, that's the third one. We need to get this done, so let's keep hard at it.
So, in terms of its family, it's acting like an adjective or an adverb.
Exactly. It's an idiomatic phrase that functions that way, and the semantic field is effort and labor.
What are some synonyms if I wanted to be a bit more formal?
You could say someone is engrossed in their work or that they are industrious. Similar words would just be busy or working hard.
And a really informal one.
A very informal one would be slaving away.
Right. And the preposition here is at, and it's essential.
It is. You are hard at the activity. You're not hard in it or on it. You're hard at it.
And collocations.
It's a fairly fixed phrase, but you'll often hear keep hard at it as an encouragement, or simply be hard at it.
And the opposite. What's the opposite of being hard at it?
The opposite would be slacking off, which is, avoiding work, or just being lazy, taking a break, or the old joke, hardly working.
Ah, yes. A classic. Let's pause there for a second. Item number 5 is a phrase for when a bad day gets even worse. To make matters worse.
Yes, or to make things worse. This is such a useful phrase for storytelling. You use it to introduce a new problem that makes an already bad situation even more difficult.
So it's a connector. It links one bad thing to another.
It's an escalator. You have problem A, and this phrase introduces problem B, which just multiplies the stress. Let's hear the examples.
Okay.
Example 1. It started raining, and to make matters worse, I lost my umbrella.
The classic bad day scenario.
It is. Example 2. He was late, and to make things worse, he forgot the report. And you can also use it as a warning.
How so?
Don't shout at him. That will only make matters worse. It's a warning against escalating the situation.
So it really is a fixed phrase. What's its semantic field?
It's a fixed idiomatic phrase, yes. The semantic field is problems and escalation. It's all about joining negative events together.
Are there other ways to say this? Synonyms?
You could use verbs like aggravate, exacerbate, or complicate. And there's another great idiom with the same meaning, to add insult to injury.
Ooh, that's a good one. And prepositions aren't really a thing here since it's a set phrase, right?
Correct. The internal structure is fixed.
What about collocations?
You'll often hear only make matters worse, suggesting an action will be counterproductive. Or you'll see to make matters worse, used right at the start of a clause to introduce that twist.
And the opposite. How do we talk about improving a bad situation?
You'd say to improve matters, to make things better. Or, a bit more formally, to alleviate the situation.
Great. Let's take a quick breath. All right, number 6. This is a real workhorse of a verb. Deal with somebody or deal with something.
It's one of the most common phrasal verbs, for sure. To deal with means to handle a problem, to take the necessary action, or to do business with a person. It's all about management.
Management, coping, transactions. It seems to cover a lot of ground.
It does. Let's look at the examples to see the different shades of meaning.
Okay.
First, I have to deal with a lot of complaints today. Here, it just means handling or processing work.
Right.
Second, she knows how to deal with difficult customers. Now it's more about managing people's behavior and psychology.
A very different skill.
Very. And third, we do not deal with suppliers who are dishonest. Here, it's strictly about business transactions. We don't do business with them.
That's a really wide range. So it's a phrasal verb, and the semantic field is...
It's management, coping, and business transactions.
And what are some synonyms I could use?
It really depends on the context, but words like handle, manage, cope with, tackle, or attend to would all work.
And the preposition with is absolutely essential here, isn't it?
Oh, yes. You can't just deal a problem. You have to deal with a problem. That with is the bridge between the person and the issue.
And common collocations.
The most common are probably deal with the problem, deal with stress, deal with the situation, or just the simple command, deal with it.
And the opposite of dealing with something.
That would be to ignore it, avoid it, neglect it, or sidestep it, basically running away from the problem instead of facing it.
Okay, let's pause there for a moment. Item number 7 is an idiom I love. Be cut out for something. It makes me think of sewing.
That's exactly where it comes from. Think of a tailor cutting a piece of cloth to fit a specific pattern. If you are cut out for something, you have the right personality, the right qualities for that job. You fit the pattern.
I love that visual. It makes it so clear. So how do we use it in a sentence?
Okay, example 1. I don't think I am cut out for the Army. This suggests my personality isn't the right fit. I don't fit that particular mold.
Right, you're not suited for it.
Exactly. Or, on the positive side, she is definitely cut out to be a teacher. She is so patient.
You can see the qualities matching the job.
Yes. And a third one, he realized he wasn't cut out for life in the city.
So it's all about suitability. The word family is an idiom or an adjective phrase.
Yes, it acts as an adjective phrase. And the semantic field is suitability and talent.
Synonyms?
You could say suited for, fit for, right for, or adapted to.
Now, grammatically, the preposition seems to change. Sometimes it's for, sometimes to.
You're right. It depends on what follows. You use for if a noun comes next. Cut out for this job. You use to if a verb comes next. Cut out to be a leader.
Ah, it's a very clear rule. And collocations.
It's interesting. It's most often used in the negative. I'm just not cut out for this. But you do hear the positive, like you were cut out to be a leader.
And the opposite.
Ill-suited, unfit, unsuited, or simply wrong for.
Great. Let's rest on that for a second. Item 8 takes us into the world of leaving a job. Hand in your notice.
This is a very specific and quite formal phrase. It means to officially resign from your job by giving a written statement.
So it's not just yelling, I quit, and walking out the door.
Not at all. That's just quitting. Handing in your notice is the formal administrative process. Many contracts require you to do it.
Let's hear the examples.
Okay. He found a better job, so he is going to hand in his notice tomorrow.
Makes sense.
You usually have to hand in your notice 2 weeks before leaving. This refers to the notice period. And she handed in her notice because she was unhappy with the boss.
So it's a verbal phrase, And the semantic field is employment and resignation.
Precisely.
What are other ways to say this?
You can simply say resign or quit. Give notice is also very common. If you want to be extremely formal, you can say tender one's resignation.
Wow. Tender one's resignation sounds like something from a movie. And the preposition is in.
Yes. You hand it in, like you hand in an assignment. It's being submitted to an authority.
Collocations are pretty straightforward here, I imagine.
They are. Hand in my notice or hand in your resignation.
And the opposite of handing in your notice.
That would be to sign a contract, renew a contract, get hired, or decide to stay on at your job.
Very clear. Let's pause for a moment. Item 9 is, well, it's the other side of that coin. It's much less pleasant. Give somebody the sack.
Yes. This is a very informal phrase, especially common in British English. It means to dismiss someone from their job, to fire them.
It sounds so harsh. Where does it come from?
The story is that old tradesmen used to carry their tools in a sack. If they were fired, their boss would literally give them their sack and tell them to pack up and leave.
Wow, that really paints a picture. So it's definitely not formal language.
Definitely not. Example 1. If you are late again, they might give you the sack. It's a warning.
Right.
Example 2, in the passive voice, he was given the sack for stealing from the company.
And a third.
It is sad when a company has to give loyal workers the sack.
Okay, so it's an idiom, and it's in the semantic field of employment and dismissal, but the informal side.
Exactly.
And synonyms would be
fire, dismiss, discharge, or let go. Let go is the soft, polite version. Give the sack is the blunt, informal one.
And there's no preposition to worry about here.
No, it's a direct object. You give someone the sack.
And collocations.
You can either get the sack, that's the passive, it happens to you, or you can give the sack, that's the active, you're the one doing it.
And the opposite, of course, is
to hire, recruit, employ, or promote someone.
Okay, let's take a beat. Item 10 is a fantastic idiom for when someone is being irrational. Be out of your mind.
Yes, it means to be crazy, irrational, or just extremely foolish. It's important to know this is almost never a real medical diagnosis. It's an exaggeration.
Right. You say it when your friend does something completely ridiculous.
Exactly that. Like in our first example, you paid $500 for a t-shirt. You must be out of your mind.
I would definitely say that.
It can also describe being overwhelmed by emotion. For instance, he was out of his mind with worry when she didn't call.
Ah, so it's not just about being silly. It can be about intense emotion.
Right. And the third example is a direct question. Don't drive so fast. Are you out of your mind?
Okay, so it's an idiom. The semantic field is mental state, sanity, that kind of thing.
Mental state, sanity, insanity, yes.
What are some other, maybe more informal synonyms?
Oh, there are lots. Crazy, insane, mad, irrational, and then the very informal ones like nuts or bonkers.
And the preposition is out of, which makes sense. You're outside of your rational mind.
Precisely.
Are there common collocations?
Yes. We often connect it to an emotion like out of your mind with worry or out of your mind with grief. And you can add an intensifier, completely out of your mind.
And the opposite, a person who is not out of their mind is
sane, rational, level-headed, or sensible.
Great. Let's pause to think on that. Now for item 11, we're back to business strategy with the phrasal verb, take something over.
To take something over means to gain control of something from someone else. That something could be a company, a project, or even a simple task.
It sounds quite dominant.
It can be. The transfer of power can be hostile, or it can be mutually agreed upon. Let's look at the examples.
Okay.
First, a business acquisition. The large corporation plans to take over the small bank.
The classic takeover.
Yes. Then a much friendlier version. Can you take over the driving? I am getting tired. That's just sharing a task.
Right.
And a third about career progression. When the manager left, she took over his responsibilities.
So it's a phrasal verb, and the semantic field is business and control.
That's it.
What are the synonyms?
You could say acquire, assume control, seize, or take charge of.
And the preposition is over. Why over?
I think it implies covering or dominating the previous situation. You are placing your control over what was there before.
That makes sense. And collocations.
Take over a company is a big one, which leads to the noun a takeover. You can also take over a shift at work, or for the movie villains, take over the world.
Of course. And the opposite of taking over
would be to surrender, give up, relinquish control, or hand over control to someone else.
Very good. Let's take a quick pause.
Mm-hmm.
Item 12 is a very specific business term. It sounds a bit odd if you're not familiar with it. A going concern.
Yes, this is a noun phrase you'll hear almost exclusively in business and finance. A going concern is a company that is currently operating, it's profitable, and most importantly, it's expected to continue operating.
So it's a healthy, active business. It's not about to collapse.
Exactly. If you buy a shop, you want to buy it as a going concern, not just an empty building. You're buying its current success and momentum.
Let's hear the examples.
We sold the shop as a going concern, with all the stock included.
So you're buying the whole operation.
Right. Second, it took 3 years to turn the startup into a going concern, meaning to make it stable and profitable.
And the third?
The bank will only lend money if the business is a going concern. They need to know they'll get their money back.
So it's a noun phrase in the semantic field of business and finance.
Correct.
Synonyms.
You could talk about a thriving business, a viable business, or an operational enterprise.
Any preposition issues.
Not really. You just often sell something as a going concern.
And the common collocations of what you've just said.
Yes. Sell as a going concern and viable going concern.
So what's the opposite? What do you call a business that isn't a going concern?
That would be a bankrupt business, a failing business, or you could use adjectives like insolvent or defunct.
Defunct. That's a strong word. Okay, brief silence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, item 13 is a phrase about movement and ownership. Change hands.
This phrase means to pass from one owner to another. It creates a simple, literal image of an object moving from my hand to your hand. It's all about a transaction.
And it's not just for small things, right? You wouldn't say your pen changed hands.
You could, but it's more common for significant items. It works perfectly for houses, companies, or large amounts of money.
Okay, let's hear the examples.
Example 1. This house has changed hands 3 times in the last decade.
Meaning it's been sold 3 times.
Exactly. Example 2. A lot of money changed hands during the deal.
Okay.
And example 3. The antique watch changed hands at the auction.
So it's a verb phrase. Semantic field is ownership and sales.
That's right.
Synonyms.
Be sold, be transferred, exchange ownership, or swap owners.
And collocations.
We most often hear that property changes hands or money changes hands.
And the opposite of changing hands.
Would be to retain ownership, keep, or hold on to something.
Makes sense. Let's pause there.
Mm-hmm.
Number 14 is what happens when a going concern stops being one. Go out of business.
A sad but necessary phrase. It means the permanent closure of a company because it has failed or run out of money. It's not just closed for the weekend, it's closed forever.
Right. It's final. Let's hear the examples.
The small bookstore had to go out of business due to online competition.
A common story, unfortunately.
It is. A more forward-looking example. If we don't make a profit soon, we will go out of business.
A warning.
Yes. And a historical one. Many restaurants went out of business during the crisis.
So it's a verb phrase in the semantic field of business failure.
Correct.
Are there any more colorful synonyms for this?
Oh, yes. Besides close down or go bankrupt, you can say a company went bust, shut down, or, my favorite, it folded.
Folded, like in a card game. I like that. And the preposition is out of.
Yes, you are moving out of the state of being a business.
And collocations.
You might hear that a company was forced to go out of business, or that it is about to go out of business.
And the happy opposite.
The opposite would be to start up, to flourish, boom, expand, or prosper.
Okay, let's let that one settle. Item 15 feels almost magical. It's about transformation. Turn something into something.
It does have a sense of alchemy to it. It means to transform or change an object or a situation into a completely different thing. From A to B.
Right, a metamorphosis. Let's hear the examples.
First, a physical change. They managed to turn the old warehouse into a luxury apartment.
I love those kinds of shows.
Me too. Second, a scientific change. Heat turns ice into water.
Simple fact.
And third, a conceptual change. He wants to turn his hobby into a career.
Taking something you love and making it your job. So this is a phrasal verb pattern, and the semantic field is change and transformation.
Exactly.
That are some synonyms.
Transform, convert, change, remodel, or simply make into.
And the prepositions are really important here.
They are. Into always points to the destination, the result. And you can use from to show the starting point. You turn something from a warehouse into an apartment.
Right. And collocations.
There's the common idiom, turn a profit, But in this structure, you hear things like turn failure into success or turn a house into a home.
And the opposite of turning something into something else.
Would be to keep as is, maintain, preserve, or just leave it alone.
Perfect. Let's take a pause there. We are halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, item 16, fall through.
This phrasal verb is all about disappointment. It's when a plan, a deal, or an arrangement fails to happen or be completed.
I always picture walking across a weak floor and your foot just falls through.
That's a perfect mental image. The support that you thought was there suddenly isn't. You expected it to work, but it collapsed.
Let's hear the examples.
We wanted to buy the house, but the deal fell through.
So it didn't happen.
Correct. Our holiday plans fell through because I got sick.
Another common one.
And they are afraid the merger might fall through at the last minute.
So it's a phrasal verb, and its semantic field is failure in plans.
That's it.
Synonyms for this.
Fail, collapse, come to nothing, or a more formal word, miscarry.
And the preposition is just the particle through.
Yes.
Common collocations. What falls through?
Usually plans fall through, a deal falls through, or arrangements fall through.
And the opposite. When things go right.
You'd say the plan succeeded, it came off, it went ahead, or it materialized.
Came off is a good one. Okay, let's rest on that.
Mm-hmm.
Item 17 is take out something. We should clarify, we're not talking about food here.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We're focusing on the administrative or financial meaning. This is when you arrange to get a formal service or document.
Like a loan or insurance.
Exactly. You don't just buy insurance in the same way you buy a coffee. You take it out. It implies a formal application process.
That's a really useful distinction. Okay, examples.
You should take out travel insurance before you fly.
Good advice.
We need to take out a loan to buy the new car.
Right.
He took out a subscription to the magazine.
So it's a phrasal verb. The semantic field is finance and administration.
That's it.
And synonyms.
Words like obtain, apply for, secure, procure. Or for a service, you could just say purchase.
And the preposition is out.
Yes.
What are the big collocations for this one?
Take out a loan, take out insurance, take out a mortgage, or take out a patent. All very official things.
And the opposite. What do you do when you're done with a loan?
You would cancel a service, pay off a loan, or you might let your insurance policy lapse, which means you stop paying for it.
Okay, good. Let's pause there.
Mm-hmm.
Item 18 is a beautiful metaphor. Bridge the gap.
It really is. It means to reduce or eliminate the differences between two things or two groups. The image is of a deep canyon separating two sides, and you are building a bridge to connect them.
So it's about connecting things that are separate.
Exactly. Let's hear the examples. We need to bridge the gap between rich and poor.
A huge societal goal.
It is, or on a smaller scale. This course helps bridge the gap between school and university.
Having students make that transition.
Yes, and a modern one. Translation software helps bridge the gap between languages.
So it's an idiomatic verb phrase in the semantic field of connection and problem solving.
Correct.
Synonyms.
You could say connect, reconcile, unite, close the gap, or link.
And the preposition is always between.
Yes, you bridge the gap between A and B.
And collocations. What gaps do we usually bridge?
A very common one is bridge the generation gap, talking about the differences between older and younger people. Or in business, you might need to bridge the skills gap.
And the opposite of bridging a gap.
Would be to widen the gap, create a divide, or separate.
Okay, let's take a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Item 19 is up and running.
This phrase means something is operating correctly and smoothly. It's usually used for a machine, a system, or a business after a period of setup or repair.
It sounds very technical, like for a computer.
It's extremely common in tech, but it works for any kind of operation. Example 1. The new computer system is finally up and running.
A great feeling for any IT department.
It is. Example 2. We hope to have the website up and running by Friday.
I get deadline.
And example 3, for a business. Once the business is up and running, we can relax a little.
So it's an adjectival phrase, and the semantic field is operations and technology.
You've got it.
Synonyms.
Operational, functioning, working, active. Or for a website, you might say it's live.
And collocations.
The main two are get something up and running, which is the process, and be up and running, which is the state.
And the opposite, when the system is not up and running.
It's down, out of order, broken, offline, or inactive.
Okay, let's pause there.
Mm-hmm.
Item 20 is an idiom about trying hard. Make a go of something.
Yes, this means to try very hard to make something succeed, especially when success isn't guaranteed. It's often used for a new business or a relationship.
So it implies there's a real risk of failure, but you're giving it your best shot.
That's the key. The effort against the odds. Let's hear the examples. They decided to move to the country and make a go of farming.
Which is famously difficult.
It is. Second, for a relationship, although they have problems, they want to make a go of their marriage.
Right, they're not giving up.
And a third, it is a risky idea, but she is determined to make a go of it.
So it's an idiom, and the semantic field is effort and success.
Correct.
What are some synonyms?
You could say succeed at, make a success of, do well, or the informal pull off.
And the preposition is of.
Yes. Make a go of something.
And collocations.
Mostly you hear make a go of it where it is the business or situation, or more specifically, make a go of the business.
And the opposite.
To give up, to fail, or another great idiom, to throw in the towel.
Okay. Let's let that one sink in.
Mm-hmm.
Number 21. Have a long way to go.
This phrase simply means that you have a lot more work or improvement to do before you reach your goal. You are not close to the finish line.
It puts things in perspective.
It does. It manages expectations. Example 1. We have finished the first chapter, but we have a long way to go.
For a student writing a thesis, that's very real.
Yes. Example 2 about technology. The technology is better, but it still has a long way to go.
So it's not perfect yet.
Not yet. And a third, don't celebrate yet. We have a long way to go before we win.
So it's an idiom. The semantic field is progress and time.
That's it.
Synonyms.
You could say be far from finished, require more work, or simply be unfinished.
Preposition is to, acting as an infinitive.
Right.
And collocations.
You almost always hear it with still. We still have a long way to go.
And the opposite. When you're near the end.
You'd say we're almost there, nearly finished, on the home stretch, or of course, complete.
The home stretch. I like that. Let's pause. Item 22 is about a specific way of life, living off the land.
This describes a self-sufficient lifestyle where you survive by growing your own food, hunting, and using natural resources rather than buying things from a store.
It's the ultimate back-to-nature fantasy for some people.
It is. It's about complete self-sufficiency. Let's hear the examples. They moved to the wilderness to try living off the land.
Right.
A more practical sentence. Living off the land requires a lot of hard physical work.
It's definitely not a vacation.
No. And a historical one. Our ancestors were used to living off the land.
So it's an idiomatic phrase. Semantic field is lifestyle, survival, and nature.
Correct.
Synonyms.
Subsistence farming, self-sufficiency, or foraging.
And the preposition is off. Why off?
You live off a resource. It's the same way you can say you live off your savings or live off a pension. The land is your source of income, in a way.
Ah, that makes perfect sense. And collocations.
Mostly, survive by living off the land.
And the opposite lifestyle.
That would be urban living, consumerism, or simply relying on the supermarket.
Okay. Let's take a moment. Item 23 is all about choice. Opt out of something.
To opt out means you choose not to participate in something. You are actively making the decision to withdraw or not join in the first place.
So it's about exercising your right to say no.
It is. It's very common in situations involving mailing lists or company programs. Example 1. You can opt out of the mailing list if you click this link.
We've all seen that one.
Many times. Example 2. He decided to opt out of the company pension scheme.
A big financial decision.
Yes. And a more casual one. I am going to opt out of the trip because I am too tired.
So it's a phrasal verb. Semantic field is choice and participation.
Exactly.
Synonyms.
Withdraw, decline, refuse, abstain, or the informal bow out.
And the preposition is out of.
Yes, out of the group or the activity.
And collocations.
You often opt out of a contract, or, very relevant today, opt out of data sharing.
And the opposite of opting out.
Is to opt in, sign up, join, or participate.
Simple enough. Let's pause there. Item 24 is a huge cultural metaphor. The rat race.
It is. The rat race is a term for the endless, competitive, and stressful struggle for wealth and power in modern urban life.
It has a very negative feel to it, like lab rats running on a wheel.
That's exactly the image. You're running and running, but you're not really getting anywhere, and you're just competing with all the other rats. It's almost always used negatively.
Let's hear it.
He quit his banking job to escape the rat race.
The dream for many.
It is. Living in the city feels like being trapped in the rat race.
Right.
She doesn't care about money or the rat race
Yeah.
anymore.
So it's a noun phrase, an idiom. Semantic field is modern society, stress, and work.
Perfect.
Synonyms.
The daily grind, which we heard earlier, the treadmill or cutthroat competition.
And collocations. What do people do at the rat race?
They try to escape the rat race, or they join the rat race, or they feel stuck in the rat race.
And the opposite, the alternative lifestyle.
That would be the simple life, slow living, downshifting, or just peace and quiet.
Let's rest on that peaceful thought for a moment. All right, 5 to go. Item 25 is come up.
Now, this phrasal verb has a few meanings, but we're focusing on a specific one, for something to occur unexpectedly, or to be mentioned in conversation.
So it's like something surfacing, appearing when you didn't expect it.
Precisely, like a submarine breaking the surface of the water. Example 1. I am sorry I can't meet you. Something has come up.
A very common and slightly mysterious excuse.
It is. It implies an unexpected problem has appeared. Second example, about conversation. Did my name come up in the meeting?
Meaning, was I mentioned?
Exactly. And a third, a few problems came up during the installation.
So phrasal verb. Semantic field is occurrence and conversation.
Correct.
Synonyms.
Applies, happen, occur, surface, or another good phrasal verb, crop up.
Crop up is good, and the preposition is just the particle up.
Yes.
Collocations.
The most common are the ones from the examples. Something came up or the issue came up.
And the opposite, when something doesn't come up.
You'd say the issue was resolved, it went away, or it remained hidden.
Okay, let's pause. Item 26. You see this on signs everywhere.
Yeah.
For sale.
A very simple but essential phrase. It means that something is available to be bought.
Let's hear the examples, just to be thorough.
That beautiful house is for sale.
I wish.
I put my old car up for sale.
Right.
This item is not for sale. It is a personal collection.
So it's a prepositional phrase. The semantic field is commerce and real estate.
Yes.
Synonyms.
On the market, available. Or the more technical, vendable.
Vendable, I've never heard that one. The preposition is for.
Yes.
And collocations.
Up for sale, homes for sale, or just the signs themselves reading for sale.
And the opposite.
Sold off the market or not for sale.
Simple and clear.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment. Item 27 is another idiom about a person's mindset. B. Living in a dream world.
This describes someone who has unrealistic ideas or expectations and refuses to accept reality. They're ignoring facts and living in a fantasy.
Right? They think everything is wonderful when it's clearly not.
Exactly. Example 1. If you think you can pass without studying, you are living in a dream world.
A harsh truth for many students.
Indeed. Example 2. Politicians often seem to be living in a dream world.
A common criticism.
And a third, as a piece of advice. Come back to reality. Don't live in a dream world.
So it's an idiom, and the semantic field is illusion and denial.
Perfect.
What are some other ways to say this?
Another great idiom is to have your head in the clouds. You could also say someone is out of touch, or simply that they are fantasizing.
And the preposition is in. You're in the dream world.
Yes.
Collocations.
It's pretty fixed phrase, mostly just living in a dream world.
And the opposite.
Yeah.
A person who is not in a dream world is
Realistic, grounded, down to earth, or pragmatic.
great words. Let's pause there. Item 28 is about taking shortcuts, and not in a good way. Cut corners.
This means doing something in the easiest, cheapest, or fastest way possible, usually by sacrificing quality or safety.
I picture a race car driver literally cutting across the grass on a corner to get ahead.
That is the perfect image. You're breaking the rules to save time or money, and the result is usually not good.
Let's hear the examples.
The company cut corners on safety, and an accident happened.
A very serious consequence.
Very. Don't cut corners when building a house. Do it properly.
Good advice.
And if we cut corners, we can finish by Friday, but it will be good. This shows the trade-off between speed and quality.
So is an idiom, the semantic field is quality, control, ethics, and haste.
That's a great summary.
Synonyms.
Skimp, scrimp, do a sloppy job, or just rush.
And collocations.
You often hear about cutting corners to save money, or about the temptation to cut corners.
And the opposite. The right way to do things.
To do it by the book, to be thorough, to take pains over your work, or to be meticulous.
Meticulous. I like that. Let's digest that. Almost there. Item 29 is a phrase about Financial survival. Make ends meet.
This means to earn just enough money to pay for your basic necessities: rent, food, bills.
Why make ends meet? What's the image there?
Imagine a belt. Your expenses are your waist size, and your income is the length of the belt. If you can just barely make the two ends of the belt meet to buckle it, you're surviving.
That's a fantastic visual. It makes it so clear. Okay, examples.
With inflation so high, it is hard to make ends meet.
Very true for many people right now.
It is. She works 2 jobs just to make ends meet.
Right.
They are struggling to make ends meet on a single income.
So it's an idiom. Semantic field is finance, poverty, and survival.
Yes.
Synonyms.
Get by, survive, scrape by, or another good idiom, keep one's head above water.
And collocations.
Usually about difficulty,
So-
struggle to make ends meet, or barely make ends meet.
And the opposite, the dream financial situation.
To live in luxury, to have money to burn, or to be affluent.
Okay, let's take a pause before our final item.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. The last one, item 30. This phrase often describes a situation when you can't make ends meet.
A vicious circle.
This describes a situation where one problem causes another problem, which then makes the first problem even worse. It's a negative feedback loop that just goes round and round, getting worse with each cycle.
It sounds inescapable.
It can feel that way. Let's look at the examples. Stress causes loss of sleep, which causes more stress. It is a vicious circle.
I think we've all been there.
Absolutely. A financial example.
Yeah.
He borrows money to pay debts, creating a vicious circle.
Because the new loan has interest, making the debt worse.
Exactly. And a societal one. We need to break this vicious circle of poverty and lack of education.
So it's a noun phrase, an idiom. The semantic field is logic, problems, and causality.
You've got it.
Synonyms.
You could talk about a downward spiral. Catch-22 is similar, but that's more about a logical paradox or a chain reaction.
And collocations. We talk about being trapped in a vicious circle, or the need to break the vicious circle.
And is there an opposite, a good version of this?
There is. It's called a virtuous circle. That's when a good thing leads to another good thing, which reinforces the first good thing.
A virtuous circle. A much more hopeful concept to end on. Let's take our final pause. And that's it. We did it. That is the complete list of 30 items.
We have covered a huge amount of ground today, from starting a job with taking someone on to the struggles of the rat race and making ends meet.
It's a whole life story in 30 phrases.
It really is. My final advice to you listening is to take these one by one, review them. Try to rate your own sentence for each one. Don't rush it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We really hope this slow, patient deep dive has been useful for your English learning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Class dismissed.